Hello, this is Nikisha Patton Handy with To Inspire Peace. I've been an educator since 2004, working mainly with special education and intervention. And I created To Inspire Peace specifically for a change in lifestyle and resilience in educators because I too wanted to leave the industry. I had lost passion for it, so now I'm inspiring peace one classroom at a time. So, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about social emotional learning and intelligence, but in a way that most of us don't receive training in. And so we know that our students come to us dealing with a lot of issues, and as a result, we aren't always trained and ready for these situations. So what it gives us is emotional self-awareness of what's going on with us, the ability to control it, the ability to be adaptable, to create a positive outlook and to have more empathy and compassion for other people, especially our students. It gives us organizational awareness. And most of us find that we're mentors, and so it helps us with conflict management, with problem solving within our own lives, with teamwork, and for inspiring leadership in others, and including ourselves. So how do we obtain this, and what is this even about? Well, what we know is that if we have triggers ourselves from things that have happened in our past, more than likely these triggers will continue to influence us unless we really are creating self-awareness around them. And so, what are some things that we can do to prevent some of these triggers, or what are some things that we can do to change this within our lifestyles? It's really about obtaining emotional maturity. So being proactive, acting on your emotions instead of repressing them, choosing to be motivated, and stepping outside of your comfort zone to understand that we all should seek growth and live in the present moment. As a person who has struggled with anxiety and depression myself, I found myself either looking in the future and being afraid about what was going on there or regretting something that was happening in the past. So, how do I bring myself back to the present moment and understand that it's the most powerful thing that I have access to? And it's the thing that, like, if I look at the way that I'm creating in this moment, that I'll actually be proud of myself later for whatever it is that I've created. So, raise your hand if you have situations that make you feel less than confident. For a long time, I suffered from imposter syndrome, and with the amount of workload that was piling up on me, I just didn't know how to manage it all. And I was horrible at trying to balance it and still stay present instead of being fearful. So, what I began turning to as a part of my mindfulness is aromatherapy, because aromatherapy has a way of being able to strike your senses right in the moment to snap you back. So, how do you use aromatherapy? There's plenty of ways. You can use diffusers, you can use sprays, roll-ons, you can burn the oils. What types of oils? There's all types of essential oils. This is a roll-on. It's just an essential oil blend that sometimes I'll just put on my neck or on my pulse points behind my ears. And I always do this before I go into class. And then that way, no matter where I go, if the breeze kind of hits me a little bit, instant aromatherapy. There are also sprays. There are also these types of roll-ons that you can get at your store, like local drugstore like CVS or Walgreens. And there's even the essential oils that you can use. So you can create your own. There's all types of ways that you can do essential oils. Also, with this necklace that I have on, there are lava rock diffusers. They act as mini diffusers because they have pores, and so you can actually put the drops of essential oils on your necklace and kind of do this bit. They also come in bracelets that you can use, and so anytime that you just kind of need your own aromatherapy, it's right there. So aromatherapy is one thing. How many of you guys are tea drinkers? I absolutely swear by this tea. This is called Tension Tamer tea, and it will soothe and calm you and relax you in any situation. So only drink one bag. You can probably get a couple of cups out of one bag, I promise you. And then there's also things that if you didn't want to get jazzy about it, there's chamomile with lavender. We all know the properties of those. And so now that we're talking about lavender again, let's go back to our essential oils. So lavender, bergamot, and ylang ylang, those are more of your relaxing essential oils. You have your citrus ones like grapefruit, lemon, orange, lemongrass. Those are ones that uplift you. And then you have your spearmint, your peppermint, your eucalyptus that really open you up and they energize you and help with focus and concentration. So any type of mood that you may be in, you can get aromatherapy or some tea to snap you right back. Also, sometimes I'll carry around stones. This one's a tiger's eye. This one is a clear quartz. You know, there's different ones that have different properties that I just kind of carry with them because whenever I put them in my hand, they feel good and they have a certain vibration associated with them. So if you're kind of into stones, you know, that is a wonderful way to stay resilient. Also, setting intentions. Think about, what do you do when you first wake up? What are your first thoughts? Are they of fear? Is it panic? Is it feeling like you just don't want to do this? You don't want to get up, you're not driven, you're not motivated? Because if that's how you feel, I turn to meditation. Now, meditation can come in any form. Some people meditate while they are washing dishes. It's whatever gets you in the zone. Some people do it while they're walking or exercising, or when they're driving, some people do it. I wouldn't say that would be safe, but it happens, right? How many of us arrive at a place and we don't even know how we arrived there? So it happens in different times, but taking time to really just give time to yourself, to be able to go within, to be able to clear out your thoughts, because it's just like emptying the garbage can. So we'll do some meditation and some visualization a little bit later. So setting intentions is really about, instead of having expectations for the way that you think things should go, having the greatest intention, intending for things to be a specific way. So even if you do a short visualization where you just simply close your eyes and you find that you're starting your day, you're getting up, you're getting dressed, you see exactly what it is that you're going to wear, you see all the people that you're going to come in contact with, and all the interactions that you will have with them. You see your work and your projects and your to-do list being fulfilled. You see that the students are coming in with their work ready, their homework is done. Whenever we create these intentions, they actually become a reality, and you'll be very, very surprised to see how much life changes whenever we build things with work based on intentions instead of expectations. So times we can do this before every class, at the very beginning of the day, when we first wake up, when we're about to go home. Being able to kind of relieve yourself of that baggage is a part of visualization, meditation, and setting intentions. So how are you going to do that? Everyone does it differently. Some people write them down. Some people do it as a devotional. It all depends on what works for you. Just, this is just about a lifestyle change that creates resilience for you. So there's no wrong way. You pick the way that works for you and watch it change your mindset. Watch it change your reality. Another thing I want to talk about is music. So what type of music are we listening to? Are we listening to upbeat music or music that makes us angry? Or pay attention to your emotions and your feelings whenever you're getting in touch with music. How certain people make you feel. How certain environments make you feel, certain television shows, what you're looking at on social media, the news. And really choose carefully, because our consumption, our food, our whatever we're consuming, whether it be through any of our senses, really does affect our own vibration and how we perceive the world and how we interact with the world. So be cognizant of that and watch how your vibration changes, and maybe you feel lighter. Maybe your mindset starts to change. Maybe your perception changes about your own reality. And then let's talk about boundaries, because some of us are the biggest overgivers, overdoers, overlovers. I had to build these boundaries myself. So this is my boundaries, because I didn't have any. And so I wasn't saying no whenever I was supposed to, or I was putting myself in situations where I didn't really have to, but I chose to, and found myself being frustrated in the end. So let me just read one. One says, I will not be made to feel bad for not valuing situations that others may think valuable. Exactly, because I was wanting everyone to be happy, and so whatever it was that they were valuing, I was valuing it too, but I really didn't value it, and so it became a conflict within me, and that conflict, it turned into anxiety. And so setting boundaries is a huge part. What are your own core values? Aside from those that you were taught, what do you believe in? What works for you? And whenever you're in a constant harmony or balance with that, it just makes for a better life. And you're a whole lot happier because you're going based on your core beliefs and what you believe. And there's nothing better than that. So let's talk about visualization and meditation. So there are some breathing exercises that you can do throughout the day. So let me just do a demonstration and you can do this with me. So what we can do is do palm over palm and put it over your chest and begin to breathe into that place. So visualizing that the air is going within your palms and breathing out of the mouth. And as you exhale, noticing that that breath is coming out of the palms. So what it looks like is this. And this is the heart space. So this is when your chest is feeling a little tight, or you're feeling some type of way, or maybe your heart is kind of, pitter-pattering and you have, irregular heartbeats, or your chest feels, or maybe it's your shoulders, or maybe even your neck. I hold a lot of tension in my neck. So for those places, I use this breathing exercise. Maybe it's something to do with self-confidence, or something to do with, your stomach is fluttering, your stomach feels queasy, maybe you feel nauseous, and so you'll come down here and you'll breathe the same way, except you'll just be targeting a different area. So what it looks like is this. And the suggested amount in each place is 10 breaths. So one good one in, and then breathing out of the mouth. And then the last one is placing 2 palms over your belly button. And the same way, and what you want to do with this one is you want your stomach to meet those palms as much as possible. And then come on out, and you can do this seated. What I usually do, and what seems to be the best for me, although I know we can't always do this at school, this is better for at home if you're going to do this other position, but lying on your back with your knees bent and being able to channel those areas and feeling as that energy passes through. A lot of the times the stuff that we feel that's physiological is just stagnant energy, or it's blocked energy. So how do we get the energy going? Breathing it through, creating that flow. Okay? So those are the breathing exercises. Also living your life in gratitude. Understanding that no matter what your situation is, you are blessed in it. Thinking of all the people that you love and that love you. Thinking about the good times and the good memories. Thinking about the best of, the people that are around you. Being grateful for the situation and for the experience. And being able to separate non-judgmentally the emotions and the feelings that sometimes comes with those relationships, or with some of the experiences. Being able to take the learning piece out and trashing everything else that may be toxic, that may be that stagnated energy within you. Being able to let that go. So it all works together. But having a heart of gratitude goes a long way, and it helps to change your perspective and your mindset, which makes life a lot better and really worth living. So the last thing we'll talk about before we go into our visualization is grounding. How do you ground? So how do you know when you need to ground? For me, it's always been when I am in my head and I've got all of these thoughts and all these things are going on, and I just really start feeling really stressed out, anxious, and overwhelmed. I know at that point I need to ground. One of the easiest ways to do it is, how many of you guys go outside and just kind of walk around outside? Maybe during a lunch break, maybe during a conference, getting some of that nice energy, or even getting barefoot and just simply stepping on the ground. It creates a natural charge. Or maybe sun gazing, taking your hands and placing them on your face and gazing at the sun. There are so many different ways for us to charge. So, but getting out in nature is the best way, I believe, because it has the best, most natural energy. You're connecting with all of the elements, and there's nothing better. So another way to do it is, let's do this one together. Maybe you're in the classroom, you can't get out. Something has happened with your planning period. Now you have to do PLC, so you don't have that. And your lunch, you spent 10 minutes taking the children to lunch, and the other 10 you have to warm something up real quick or not eat. And then the other 10 you have to go and pick them up. So this is a good grounding exercise to kind of get yourself back together. So what I want you to do is place your hand on top of your head and put pressure on your head. And I want you to connect with your breath and take those same breaths that we were doing in the breathing exercise. So what it looks like is this. And you want both feet on the floor. You want your back to be straight. And continue to do that until you feel yourself kind of chilling out, and then you can let your hand drop, and you'll see that you actually do feel a whole lot more grounded, a whole lot more stable, a whole lot more balanced. Okay, so let's end this with a visualization. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes, and I want you to visualize the perfect day where you are doing exactly what it is that you want to do. I want you to visualize your relationships, your interactions with others. I want you to visualize where you're going for the day. Visualize the buildings and them being decorated and looking exactly how you want. The environment and the energy being just perfect for you to be productive and at peace and happy. And breathe it all in, take it all in, and smile at yourself. I want you to visualize your to-do list, and I want you to begin marking things off of the list and feeling those burdens just float off of your shoulders, the tension floating off of your neck. And for those things that are hard to get rid of because you're not sure how you're going to complete it, acknowledge those thoughts, whether they be a part of fear, a part of anxiety. I want you to connect with those and allow the analyzer part of your brain to give you the answers, to send speedily the answer throughout the universe to you, to give you peace and serenity in whatever the situation is. Allow yourself to acknowledge your thoughts, non-judgmentally, whether they be negative or positive, it matters not. Your body is created to keep you protected and safe. Continue to connect with your breath, breathing in and breathing out of the mouth. Creating and finding comfort in that pattern that it creates. And going through the rest of your day until the end, until you find yourself in bed again. Setting the intentions that today will be exactly the way it will be, and that you will have the resilience, the strength, the tenacity, and the courage to make it the greatest day ever. And so it is. And gently open your eyes and make it a fantastic day. Again, my name is Nikisha, Pat and Handy with To Inspire Peace. I pray that this short video helped you, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. ToInspirePeace.com is my website, and at To Inspire Peace on Pinterest, YouTube. I have meditations on there that you can actually follow, and I'm at To Inspire Peace on all other social media platforms. So have an amazing day. Much peace to you. Thank you.